Hello and welcome again to Sorta Okay Reviews, where every fandom's welcome. I'm Nathan Bedard.
I'm Brad Newton.
And today we're doing One Piece, Chapter 913.
Suru repays the favor. So we start off this week, and we're back to the Orlumbus cover page. I thought we were done. This is by far the longest of any of... I think everybody else got like maybe five.
Yeah, I mean, I figured as the pace we were going and how many we're getting, I figured, okay, this one's going to be a pretty long one.
Yeah, like, so... But there's a theory, maybe there's a reason why Orlumbus is so long, because I at least I hope there is, because remember at the end of Dressrosa where they said, like, the Straw Hat Grand Fleet would cause, like, an incident that would, like, shape the world, so maybe this is leading to it, because last time we saw Bartolomeo, he was, like, he burned Shanks' flag, so, I don't know, maybe Orlumbus is going to get attacked, I don't know, but to me, I'm like, there's no reason to make this as long as it is unless, like, you're leading somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't see Shanks, like, attacking any of them, because as soon as he figures out that...
not necessarily Shanks, but I'm saying something's got to happen.
Something's probably going to happen, yeah.
To stretch this out for so long.
But, so...
yeah, let's get into the chapter this week.
We start off, last chapter we left off where Hawkins was going to face Luffy and Zoro.
Mm-hmm. And then, so we see the Wasteland again, and then we're still on that panel of Luffy and Zoro. And then it's a funny little joke here, and then Luffy's talking to Hawkins, and he's like, yeah, I'm here, I'm gonna beat up Kaido, pretty much. Yeah. And then Zoro's like, no, we can't say that. And he's like, forget I just said that. I didn't say that.
Yeah, the comedy bits in this chapter were very good. Like, I love when he's just like, yeah, we're gonna beat up that dude. Yeah, we can't say that. Never mind. It's like when like Marvel, like, you know, when like Tom Holland's out there, he's like, oh yeah, this happened. No, you can't say that. Okay, never mind what I just said.
Never mind.
Delete that. Replay. No, don't do that.
So yeah, we're cutting, and Otama is still, you know, they can't focus on fighting Hawkins right now because they're still focused on getting Otama to somebody that can help her.
Yeah, and he says, like, you know, he's like, you have a 19% chance of surviving the rest of the month, and, you know, surprisingly that's actually kind of high considering he's
facing Kaido.
Yeah, he's taking on Kaido, and he pissed off Big Mom.
Yeah. So then next page is Zoro, like, glances over at Luffy, and he looks at Luffy's sword, and he's like, hey, that's a sword.
Oh, also Hawkins has a $320 million bounty.
Million-berry bounty. That's which is the same as Zoro's right now.
Yep.
Which is interesting to know.
He's definitely had a boost, just like Luffy and all them.
Yeah, he's one of the worst generation. I think people kind of underestimate Hawkins, but we'll see more of his power later in the chapter. But yeah, we're at Zoro, and Zoro's pointing at Luffy's sword. He's like, "Where'd you get that?" He's like, "That's a renowned sword, right?" And then Luffy's like, "Oh, look at this!" Like, Luffy's so happy Zoro noticed his sword. And then Zoro's like, he's like, "Can I hold that, or can I have it?" And then he's like, "Can I at least hold it?" And then Luffy throws the sheath behind him. Zoro's like, what are you doing? He just threw the sword. Like,
he's like, listen, like, swords were kind of my thing. Like, your thing was stretching. Like, what are you doing here?
He's like, you don't even know how to use a sword. And he's like, you threw the sheath away? And I like Zoro's face. Like, he has, like, the disrespect that Luffy just shared to the sword. Zoro's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and it's funny, like Luffy's pretty just, like, that'd be funny if, like, Luffy was like, I'm the greatest swordsman ever.
Like,
you gotta fight me now.
Rayleigh taught me everything he knows about holding the sword. But now Luffy just uses the gum pistol, and Zoro's like, "You're not even using the sword right. Yeah. You just punched the guy while holding it."
And he cut someone though because he was holding the sword.
There's just a guy that got sliced. It's like, you just use a regular pistol punch on him.
It kind of would have been funny if we would have got, like, just maybe, like, one or two panels, but it would have been funny if, like, Luffy in his mind was thinking that he was, like, just like Zoro and cutting everyone, but in real life he was just doing this.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been kind of funny.
And then he has, like, a lizard thing that tries to attack him, and then, like, so he grabs him and picks him, and he chucks him back at Hawkins. And this is where we get to see some of Hawkins' power in action now. So we see Hawkins, he grabs a weird looking sword. I guess like there's straw coming out of it. Looks like, because he's like a straw fruit, and so it's kind of cool. And he just slices, and apparently it looks like he just kills this lizard thing. It kind of reminds me of like the Cloud sword back in Sky Island, like the guy, I think Om was his name, that Zoro fought. Kind of because it's like moving around. That's what it reminds me of, his sword.
And again, another funny little bit. He's like, you know, it was like it's like, oh, it was my fault that lizard like.
Yeah, just
like,
got killed
hurt.
Pretty much, or maybe hurt.
He's like, but so it's like yeah, you threw him at another dude.
Yeah, then Zoro sees things are starting to get serious, so he just bum rushes Hawkins, slices his face in half, and then Luffy's like, "Whoa! You just ended him in an instant."
Yeah, whoa! Already one shot.
You just one punch man him, and then all of a sudden you see one of Hawkins' subordinates, not his crew. Mindful, it looks like just a subordinate of Kaido, so it's not Hawkins' crew, which is interesting.
Yeah, because I don't think, I mean, unless his crew has devil fruit abilities to accommodate it, I don't think somebody would join, like, even if you respected the man, like, oh, hey, like, oh, okay, so anytime you get hit, okay, cool, yeah, I'll join your crew. Like, yeah, I don't think that would happen.
So it's one of his subordinates, but it's not one of his crew. But anyway, his face gets sliced instead. As we've seen back in Sabaody, this is kind of how Hawkins' power, his weird power works, and then so they're like, huh? And then Hawkins is like, whoa. He's like, as expected of, one of the worst generation, because Zoro is one of the worst generation. And then we see one of those voodoo dolls come out of his arm, like we did back in Sabaody.
Really liking his powers right now. Like, I'm, like, really digging, like, the voodoo aspect of it. And, like, okay, Hawkins is actually not a pushover, because we really thought, like, oh, one and done.
Well, I never did, but, like, a lot of people do in the fan base. Yeah. But I always thought Hawkins was really cool. But anyway, so we see him, like, starting off of his sword, and he's starting to create this straw monster thing. And it kind of reminds me of the form that he took back in Sabaody, but now he has, like, a puppet, like he's controlling it instead of transforming himself.
Yeah, maybe he learned that so he wouldn't get hurt as easy.
Yeah, so now it could mean that he has, like, an awakened Paramecia now.
That could be, too, yeah, he could have awakened.
We know that Paramecias, when they awaken their power, they can affect the stuff around them, not just their body. So, which, just a theory, we don't know yet. But it would make him definitely more powerful if he had an awakened devil fruit. So, yeah, he creates this really, like, giant... It reminds me of, like, those, like, demon things, like, in Naruto, when they use, like, they seal people away in the demon form thing.
Yeah, it's really cool when, like, even the beasties were like, everything he's doing, it's like, whoa, okay, this is pretty cool. Like, I'm really liking the designs that he's getting.
Yeah, like, I knew Luffy and Zoro weren't going to be able to, like, just defeat him super easily. Because I knew he was going to show off some of his power. I honestly think Hawkins is probably going to still fight on their side, though, but we'll see.
Yeah. And then, pretty much, Zoro's like, alright, this guy's more trouble than I thought. And I love how he licks the blade. Like, oh, shit. He's like, getting into it.
Yeah, Zoro's like, ooh, I'm about to get into a good fight. It's been a while.
And then, like, Hawkins brings back out the cards.
The tarot cards, yeah. He uses tarot cards, and he's like, he likes to use the cards. Apparently, they boost his power somehow.
Yeah, I kind of like that. He's like, oh, this will allow me to surpass my own limits. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he says specifically there's a card that not only will work on, I think it'll work on other people too, to allow him to surpass his limits. So if he becomes an ally later, he could use it on Luffy. So Luffy can use it to he's got the Goku card.
Yeah, he's
surpass all your limits.
He's one up card.
Yeah. So he could use it on anybody. It could be Kid, could be Luffy, Zoro, Sanji maybe. We'll see. Maybe even himself, but we'll see. That it was mentioned that he has a card in his deck will do that, so I'm sure that'll come back later. So we're getting back to the fight. He says, like, it's the Fool card in reverse. And then, so he's like, my friendly fire card, so it ends up, his own crew attack each other. So it seems like this is a very hit or miss game.
Yeah.
So he's like...
His crew's really taking for it. I'm surprised he actually has these people have got to be just afraid of Kaido, because I can't see, like, them whiningly following him for this.
Yeah. Well, maybe Hawkins is really scary when you say no to him. Who knows? And then, so, they're starting to play this game, but then the lying dog thing comes running. He's like, guys, we have to go. Like,
you're forgetting about the girl that's about to die.
Like, they're like, oh, yeah, there's no time, so let's go. And then, so Luffy... They're right on the lying dog thing. They're running away.
We get this, like, really cool panel of, like, the straw monster just, like, hovering over and chasing after them. And
yeah, because he drew the Hierophant card in reverse, which is the card to chase.
Yeah, the card of, like...
pursuit, chase, whatever you want to call it. So he's like, the big giant monster thing swarming in on him. It's like, protect the kid, I'll take care of this guy. And then we see Zoro block. He's got like a giant like bamboo sword with nails in it. It looks like this monster thing. Zoro's holding it off with two swords, and Zoro's like, whoa, like barely able to hold it off.
Which is interesting.
He's like way stronger than he thought, and then he's like nails, and starts shooting nails out of its face. And Zoro here, so Zoro's taking some hits here, and people are like, Zoro's not invincible. Zoro's not invincible. I don't think Zoro's invincible, but he's kind of stuck there because he's like, he can't let Luffy or the girl get hit. Yeah. And the line dog, he's trying to defend. I'm pretty sure he'd be able to dodge these hits, but he's kind of stuck there right now.
Yeah, and plus he's not really able to fight. Like, he's having to, like, you know, think of other things. Mm-hmm. And he's like, you know, nailing Hawkins. Like, he is cutting him up. Yeah. Well, the giant
monster thing.
The giant straw monster. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, like, those attacks just go straight to the men, not mm-hmm. him. So he's not taking any damage.
Apparently he has 10 lives, so I don't know if that's still the same, but Hawkins can die 10 times, apparently. So Zoro... So what happened to the puppet did happen to him, because it shows Zoro slicing the puppet, mm-hmm. and then it shows him having a slash, too, and another puppet falls, and another one of his followers get slashed in the back.
And I wonder if, you know... I don't think he's going to be able to, like, replenish this by the time they fight Kaido, or maybe next battle or something.
He could.
But, like, I wonder, like, okay, so, like, yeah, he could probably every day just replenish the 10, or maybe there's a certain limit or something.
Yeah.
Or, like, you know, when it comes up to it and they fight him again, they only have, like, a couple left.
Maybe it's more than 10 now. Maybe it's, because it was 10 in Sabaody, so he could have trained himself to learn more, so who knows?
Maybe.
But, so they meet this woman who was an obvious reference.
Very obvious, yes.
Yeah, it's like old Japanese art, and her name is like Suru, and she owns this tea place, which I'm pretty sure it's a reference to. I couldn't tell you what the painting is, but I'm sure you've seen it before.
Yeah, it's because I mean she doesn't really look like a One Piece character. Yeah. It looks like something came out of a painting, like because she had like a long neck, like it just doesn't look.
Oda style.
Oda style, yeah. Which is kind of cool. I wonder if he got someone else to draw this, or if he drew this, because it's like kind of cool that he did something else.
So they're like, "Oh, you were hiding in this dog the whole time," and she's like, "Oh dear, that's Otama." She's like, "Let's take her to the tea house." So it's Suru, and it's like, and Zoro's like, "Why are we gonna go drink tea?"
Yeah, like she's dying here, and you want to drink tea? Like what? That I'm the responsible one.
And then she's like, no. She's like, we're going to boil a medicinal herb that'll reverse the effect of the river's poison. And then they're like, oh, okay. And then she's like, she's like, oh yeah, like let me treat you too, and because Zoro's probably got some nails in him, and he looks like he's plucking out a nail that's stuck in him. So and then Luffy's like, oh, thanks for helping us. So then we cut to and it's like Wano Country, Kuri. So the town of leftovers.
Yeah, so we get to this, like, run-down town, and we hear someone, like, go on, why don't you be my wife? And pretty much we're like, what's going on over there? And then when we go to the next page, we get another, like, tea house girl, but she looks more One Piece style. Like a One Piece character. She's very cute. Her name is Osaku? But she's the tea house poster girl. So I kind of think that, like, maybe she's, like, the looks of the tea house, but we get
mine says Kiku, but different translations.
Okay. And so pretty much she's talking to this like big sumo wrestler looking guy, and you know he's like his name's Urashima, but yeah he's like yeah, I'm the greatest sumo wrestler, which is cool. You know, they're having more of that feudal and that Japanese culture in the Wano. Yeah, and you know, like, you know, in Japan, like, they're like the athletes over there.
Yeah, sumo, yeah. So, and he's the one that was asking this woman to marry him, and then she's like, oh yeah, she's the poster child for the tea house. So people come there to see her because she's, like, you know, pretty, and that's what you do. You use your models to get people to come in.
Yeah, I mean, simple business practice. But she's just like, oh, Dama drunk the, like, Poison River.
They're like, you know, do the boil the herb. She's like, we gotta, you know, hurry up. Whatever the herb's name is, and then she's like, oh, I'll go make it immediately. And then we cut to this last panel. This is on top of a certain mountain. They say, are those the Straw Hats? It's like, shouldn't we call them over before they cause trouble? And they're like, you stand out too much, Bepo. So, it's Bepo, it's the Heart Pirates. They've got feudal clothes on too.
I love how Bepo looks. Bepo's just like, he has the
Stroking the
one
finger.
arm in the sleeve, just arigato. Like he's like super serious. Like I can't wait to hear this in the English dub. But yeah, like, and then both
It's a penguin. I don't know who the other one is, but it's Bepo and Penguin. It's the Heart Pirates.
yeah, and you know, so hopefully maybe we're gonna see Law next chapter.
Yeah, maybe they'll report back to Law and say, "Hey, Luffy's over there." So the first two people Luffy might find in Wano are Zoro and Law, like his two most powerful allies.
I'm liking it so far.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, it was a good. It sucks.
Unfortunately, yeah. Go ahead.
Sucks. We're on break. Well, like Shonen Jump's on break
Yeah.
next week, not Oda, but Shonen Jump's on break
So-
next week.
We had a break last week, and we're having another break this week, so we're getting scarce on the One Piece.
It's almost like One Piece is becoming every other week a
Yeah.
chapter. But I mean, you know, it's still a little bit okay because
Yeah.
the Reverie arc was like back to back pretty much,
Craziness, yeah.
and it was just so much great information. I kind of
Oda needs a break every now and again.
yeah, I kind of would like the Wano arc to pick up a little bit though. It was cool.
I don't know. I mean, he met Zoro. Would you have thought he met Zoro that quick? And we got the tease of Law possibly coming in. I think it's moving fast enough.
Yeah, I guess not.
They
Yeah, we
fought-
did get to the thing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, prepare the tea right now." So
I just think it's because there was a break last weekend. Like, they fought Hawkins a little bit this week, but not a lot happened. They finally got to the tea shop this week.
yeah.
So it's not a terrible amount happening this week, and we have another break.
I know, and I know it's so early, but you know, Oda, like a little while ago, teased that this arc was gonna pretty much rival Marineford.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's like, oh, like
You're trying to do they were trying to get through the seducing woods, or they explore the town, the culture, like learn about the area, part to check.
I'm just ready for shit to go down with Kaido.
Yeah.
Like, I am ready for this. But all in all, it was a good chapter. Anything else you want to say?
Yep, as always, you could hit that subscribe button. That'll pop up over there, and if you missed last week's review, it'll be right here.
Yep, that's gonna do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching our video, and we hope you have a good day.